you're not wrong. I just think you're overreacting, Louis Riddick, and I think that you need to calm down with your emotion. I just think you need to calm down a little bit. Let me tell you why.
Right. Okay.
First of all, if anybody knows they're suspect in certain ways, it's Tom Brady. You got the receivers, the situation to deal with. You got the offensive line. You definitely got to deal with that. You definitely got to wonder whether or not Gronk's going to come back. And Gronk, even if he does come back, is capable of giving you something here or there in big moments. But in terms of durability, I'm not talking about just being on the field. I'm talking about in terms of a guy that you can rely upon week after week after week. No, in big moments, you can go to Gronk. For the most part, in terms of that heavy workload, that's somebody else that you're going to have to go to. So there's some question marks about it. I think we know Tom Brady well enough to know that Tom Brady knows all of that, and he took that into consideration. Let's also take into consideration, guys, what we've been talking about the last few weeks. Once we had concluded that Tom Brady had retired, we had assumed he wasn't coming back. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers. What were we saying? We looked at the Dallas Cowboys. We looked at the Green Bay Packers. We looked at the Los Angeles Rams. But the powers that be were in the AFC. You even had some people, not us, but you had some people talking about, is it even wise for Aaron Rodgers to go to the AFC because you got Patrick Mahomes, you got Justin Herbert, you got Derek Carr, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Josh Allen. Why would you go? So what I'm saying is now take that same conversation and revert it back to Tom Brady. Well, look at how powerful the AFC may be. How you got just a whole bunch of dudes in a bowl, like crabs in a basket, trying to get their way out of the AFC. If you're Tom Brady, we've got Green Bay to think about, really. Of course, you got to respect the Los Angeles Rams. All right, the Dallas Cowboys are in flux. Amari Cooper's now in Cleveland. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Really, the New Orleans Saints, because they seem to have his number in the regular season, even when they don't have a damn quarterback. It's just so much stuff that's not going on in the NFC that is going on in the AFC. The path to prosperity seems a little bit easier for Tom Brady in the NFC. We got to take that into consideration, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. And Dan, to your point of unfinished business and not being healthy, they almost beat the Rams. The Rams won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they had to have the heroic throw from Stafford to Cup for sure.
Yeah, so, the Rams won the Super Bowl.
There you go with the pom-poms. Go ahead.
No,
there he goes.
No, but at the end of the day, they weren't healthy. They almost beat the Rams.
What's it like to not have anything to cheer about, Stephen A? Like, what's it like to not have anything to be happy about when it comes to your sports fandom?
Hold on, tell me. I have no idea, because I got news for you, my brother. I'm just as happy as you are in life. I just don't have to convey that when I'm talking about a football player. That's all. I ain't got to wear the pom-poms. That's all I'm saying. My life is quite nice.
Listen, I think it's important to point out, though, too, because while that team last year did lose on the last play of the game, they don't have starting guards right now. This football team does not have a starting guard, right or left. Ali Marpet, retired, and then Alex Kappa has the chance to get really well paid. They don't have starting tight ends, and they don't have starting tailbacks. And Lewis knows this, and Stephen A. knows this for sure, too. Molly, you as well. Like, you can anticipate as a player getting X amount of dollars in free agency, and then as noon today hits and tampering period is legal, that amount of dollar might be $15 million and you more than you expected. And then all of a sudden, you may have anticipated, I'll come back to Tampa Bay, but then you're going, I can't pass up this money. So while I'm excited and this is huge, we don't know. I mean, this team has a lot of holes.
Hold on 1 second, though, Louis, before you jump in. I got to pause you on that, though, Dan, because don't you think Tom Brady had these conversations?
Yes.
He literally retired, and I think he legitimately retired. There's no way he's coming back if he doesn't know that he's going to have guys protecting him and some tight ends out there and those 3 running backs, at least a few of them back.
Totally, but you don't know as a player. You have an idea, but until free agency comes and teams' boards get picked off, and again, Lewis could speak to this much greater, then your value might go up, and you might say, well, I was going to go back to Tampa Bay until somebody, Leonard Fournette would go, I was going to go back to Tampa Bay until somebody gave me $10 million a year.
Yeah, look, I will never discount Tom's ability to draw people in and make them want to play with him, especially if this is ultimately his swan song this year. And ultimately, many people on that football team feel as though, look, we do have some unfinished business, and maybe we can win a Super Bowl this year. But remember, last year was a down year salary cap-wise where many people took below-market contracts, short-term contracts, because they wanted to crack at it in 2022 when the salary cap would explode again and go back up, and then teams would be flush with cash and cap space, hypothetically. And there's going to be teams that are. And there's going to be teams that are willing to go ahead and pay above market. Because, look, we are in a time period now in the NFL where there are no more 3, 4, 5-year plans. Everybody seems to be working on a year-to-year basis. Yeah. Everybody is like, hey, what can I do to win this year? The hell with next year and 2 years down the road. How can we compete this year? Because, look, the Rams are doing it. They're winning games. Tom's coming back for one more year because he wants to run it back. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Look, teams are not necessarily, and I'm not saying I necessarily agree with this, but this is very much so a year-to-year type of league, man. And teams are going to throw money at some of these free agents in hopes that they can strike it big and kind of like foster the right kind of chemistry and the right kind of cohesion within their roster, the same way that the Rams did this year with some very targeted free agent acquisitions and trades. And some of these guys are going to say, Tom, I love you, man, but you know what?
Yeah.
My career is short, too. Yeah. I don't know how long. I can't play 22 years like you. So I don't know if I can come back. So we'll see.
He took all of that into consideration. I think we all know that before he made this decision. But at the end of the day, it's breaking news in another way as well. Usually the saying goes, happy wife, happy life. Today is happy husband, happy life. The wife said, I need that brother happy. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.